Welcome and thank you for joining us for the second half hour, The Factor Uncensored. A white man in Florida under a lot of scrutiny after threatening to shoot a 9-year-old black girl who was stopping by his house to sell candy. This happened earlier this month. Tyler Chambers posted surveillance video of the girl approaching his front door on Facebook with the caption, "You're lucky we weren't home to shoot your dumb ass bitch." The child can be heard cursing before leaving the doorstep. Let's take a listen.
Hi, I just wanted to let y'all know that you're
Now, Chambers' defense, he says this angered him, what you just heard, and he believed the girl was acting as a decoy for a planned break-in. He claims he was also worried about his wife and 7-month-old child at home. The family of the little girl involved say that is not true, saying they actually live in the same neighborhood, the very neighborhood. Chambers has received a lot of backlash. Some have called for him to be arrested and lose his job. The question is this our America? Joining us here on The Factor Uncensored, we have with us Dr. Ruth Olison and Todd Smith. So your thoughts on this?
There's quite a bit of confusion over it. First of all, I can't understand. I went back and listened to the audio of the little girl and what she was saying at the door. But mainly, I want to say that any threat against the child is unacceptable. And to refer to the child that way, we are in a different America when someone thinks that it's okay to do that, and then the audacity to then publish it or post it. That's a terrible thing, to threaten a child like that. And we have to continue to teach our children places that they can't go in their own neighborhoods. That's not a good sign.
Did you have concerns about anything she said as a little girl?
I had concerns about the language that was used and why would she be saying that kind of thing in a Ring camera. I did have a concern about that. And so that does need to be addressed. But there is nothing that could justify a person referring to her in the way he did and to threaten her life. That's not acceptable.
Obviously, he was shocked, Todd, when many people in his own community turned on him, saying this is totally inappropriate. And they also sent the video and the post to her mother as well.
And that says a lot about him, for him to be surprised that other adults would take offense to the way he responded to a child in that way. And like Dr. Ruth said, the young lady probably shouldn't use that type of language, but I grew up in an era where the adults were the example. No matter what I did wrong, an adult didn't copy what I did. If I said something out of pocket, they didn't come back out of pocket with me. They sat me down. That's not appropriate. You do not use that language like that at this age. I couldn't curse around adults as an adult. My grandparents, stuff like that. You don't talk like that in our presence. But they were the example. They didn't start. My grandmother didn't start cussing at me. She's like, that's just not appropriate. So we have to get back to adults being adults and stop. I think it's just clout chasing. I mean, and I say that because everybody rushes to social media to put stuff out there, and you just make yourself look bad. I don't know what the man was thinking by putting that out there. Did he think he would get sympathy? But no child is a threat to me. No 9-year-old girl is a threat to me. I don't care if I have a 7-month-old at the house. I can handle that situation better. And if I have a problem with her as a child, I will seek out her parents and we have a discussion, but I won't cuss a child, threaten a child, and put it on social media.
Dr. Ruth, your thoughts about how the public is handling this? Obviously, they're out for blood, and then they're angry, rightfully so. But now the goal is to try and get him fired, lose his income. Your thoughts about that?
Well, loses income. He works at a car wash. You know, I don't know. He has a right to an income. But what I would like to do, because maybe I'm not that saved, is I would like for him to meet some of the brothers that I know in the bow ties and have a conversation. So
and you do mean a conversation.
And I do mean a conversation and perhaps a little laying on of hands.
Well,
That's what I think.
Dr. Ruth shocked me tonight.
Yeah.
Well, All right, Todd, your thoughts about blood? Not as in physical violence, but wanting him terminated.
I wouldn't be the person that called for him to be fired, but I wouldn't be upset if he got fired, because you're an adult and he's in a managerial role at the car wash. That's a leadership position. Obviously, you don't have those characteristics to lead this organization, to lead this company. And I shop at certain places, the place that he goes to. If they didn't do something to him, that would make me feel some type of way about supporting them. Mm-hmm. So they have to do something. I'm not going to call for blood. But I'm not going to be offended if he shed some blood, figuratively.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not concerned about him.
You've made that clear, Dr. Ruth.
Karma. I want karma to come on around and
seeing something like this, big picture, in America once again. Your thoughts?
Well,
do we still have a long way? And we have about a minute left.
Clearly, we have a long way to go. And the other thing that concerns me is this is Florida. Mm-hmm. This is the stand your ground state. This is a place where things have happened to people and they've gotten away with it. And so, you know, he could say, "I felt threatened," or that kind of thing, and this there's a nastiness in the environment, in the country, in the way people are talking now. It starts at the top, but people feel that they can do certain things and say certain things, and we have to educate our children about where to go.
10 seconds.
We just have to be an example. I get angry sometimes too, but I have to check myself to make sure that I'm an example for the younger people. This is not how we handle problems. This is not how we talk to kids or people in general.
All right. We want to thank you both for joining us here on The Factor today.